What the hell are these? Because they don't look good and there's millions of them. So I wake up this morning, put my feet down on the floor. All there are millions of these tiny little ants. I couldn't believe it. I thought they were bed bugs. I was freaking right out. It turns out they're just these little ants. They came and they wanted to use my room for, I guess, the evening, because there was this massive storm last night and it just like wiped everything out. So that happened. Everything's good now. We got it under control. I got bug spray. Yay. So all is good. Hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. I haven't done very much today so far. Gonna go out, explore. It's gonna be dope. Get ready for it. So since I've started this whole vlogging thing, my mission has always been to teach other millennials around the world how to quit their jobs, travel the world, and find self-awareness. Because I've been traveling so much lately, I honestly haven't been able to really tell you guys a ton about how I live and how I've gotten to this point. And so I want to do that for you today. I want to be able to teach you exactly how I was able to get out here, exactly how I've saved $25,187 to come and live this amazing life that I now live. Stay tuned. Now, before I get into all the deep tactics of how I save that much money, I just want like full disclosure. You do not need that much money to go travel the world, and especially not that much money to go travel Southeast Asia. That is not the point at all. You do not need to save that much, so I don't want that amount of money to scare you by any means, because I know it's a lot to save for one person. That makes total sense. What I want you to look at is how much I've been spending per month. It's going to take me an extremely long amount of time to spend that much money, and especially if you're living on a budget and stuff, it's going to take even longer. So my very first step, and you're going to hate me for saying this, but believe it or not, it's to set up a savings account. Now, I know that you were probably taught this when you were like 7 years old, so you're like, why, Joel, are you telling me to do something that's so simple that everyone knows that they should do? If you want to save money, obviously set up a savings account. Here's the problem. People don't know how to set them up properly. The trick is to set up a savings account with a totally different bank than your checkings account. The trick here is when you have your checkings account and your savings account with the exact same bank, then you can see how much money you've been saving. So anytime that you find yourself in financial distress or trouble or whatever, and you need to dip into your savings, you're just going to transfer money from your savings to your checkings. When you have your savings account with a totally separate bank, you're not able to see how much money that you're saving. You totally forget about the fact that you have a savings account, and the money just accumulates every single month. You check it 6 months later and you're like, holy crap, I've saved that much money. This is crazy. So that's my first step. Set up a savings account with a totally separate bank than your checkings account. The next thing I need you to do is make a lump sum deposit into that savings account. Now, it can be $100, it can be $500, it can be $2,000. Whatever you have left over sitting in your checkings account after you've paid all your expenses for that month. So the best way to do it is to just go through your credit card statement, go through your bank statement, make a budget, and just calculate how much money you spend on a month-to-month basis. And then anything you have left over from your paychecks, put it into that savings account. And I really do challenge you, try to make it eat as much money as you can, even if it hurts a little bit. Savings money is not a pretty thing. It's really hard, and it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of self-control to do it. So I do challenge you to put as much money to just kickstart that savings account as soon as you can. So my next step is to set up direct deposit to go from your checkings to your savings with your paychecks. So I was paid bi-weekly, so every single time I got that deposit into my checkings account, my savings account was set up to transfer something like $500 from my checkings to my savings. And it's amazing how fast it accumulates, especially when you don't look at it. That's the really, really exciting part, when you just totally forget that it even exists because it's going into an account that you've totally forgotten about, and you just see a deposit come out of your checkings account every single month. And then all of a sudden you look at that savings account and you've seen how much money you've saved, and it just blows your mind. So I need you to start this today. Yes, it's not gonna be easy, but trust me, you're gonna thank me when you have that massive lump sum amount of money in your savings account so you can go travel the world. Your third and final step for part 1 of how to save $25,187 is to generate a very long password for your online banking for your savings account, and then throw it away. Get rid of it, totally forget that savings account even exists. I don't know the password to my savings account still. I'll eventually have to recreate a new password, I guess. And yes, technically you can do that, but it just makes one step harder, one more hurdle. And it's amazing how easy it is to save if you don't have access to your savings account. So that is my third and final step for part 1. So just to recap part 1 of how to save, the first thing you need to do, set up a savings account, but make sure that it's with a different bank than your checkings account. If it's not with a different bank than your checkings account, this is not gonna work unless you have crazy self-control. Step 2, make a lump sum payment to that savings account. Step 3, set up direct deposit from your checkings account to your savings account to flow bi-weekly or monthly or whenever you get paid. Step 4, throw away the password, forget your savings account even existed, and let the money just accumulate.
What love is this? It is God's love, and no other love can be defined until that love has properly been understood.
So, I was thinking, I haven't really told you guys where I am right now. Yesterday, I left Uluwatu. That was it. Yesterday, I left Uluwatu. I took a boat from Pangai Bay to the Gili Islands. And the Gili Islands are these 3 small islands that are still part of Indonesia, and they're just northwest of Lombok, which is another huge island that's also part of Indonesia. And so these 3 islands, they're beautiful. They're just islands, actually. A lot of people come here to party. That's not what I'm into, but that's what a majority of people come here to do. And yeah, it's really cool. The island life is super chill, and it's like everyone's really, really friendly, and there's all these like amazing little restaurants and shops and stuff. Yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely very different than something else I've ever done. So, you know part 1 of how to save $25,187 like I did. Now let's talk about part 2. Part 2, all you're gonna need to do is sell everything you own. And it sounds crazy because that's all we do in the Western world, is just like work our asses off to buy things. And now I'm telling you to go take all this stuff that you worked so hard for and go off and sell it. And the reason for this is none of that stuff is making you happy. Believe it or not, like if you get rid of it, it's crazy how you actually don't miss any of it. I've got rid of my dream car, I got rid of my snowboard, my old iPhone, all this different stuff that I didn't really need or I didn't really use, and it allowed me to live this life that I'm currently living right now. And so it's like, would you rather have a bunch of crap sitting in your closet or your basement that's doing nothing, or would you rather be swimming in a pool and relaxing and chilling and just like living life to the fullest? And like obviously like being in a pool all day is not living life to the fullest, but it's just like the ultimate freedom, whatever freedom means to you, that's what money can provide you with. It can provide you with freedom. I don't think that money is the root of all evil, but I think money provides options. And with those options, you can do whatever you want. But with all these things that you've accumulated, it's not really doing anything. And if they're not making you happy, get rid of them. Okay, it's pouring rain. It's dark out now. I always get lost at this island. I don't know why. I just keep getting lost and my phone keeps dying. It's happening all the time. I have to switch to my GoPro because it's raining. So if the footage is terrible, don't blame me. Blame the folks at GoPro. Switching in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go get dinner. Dun, 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 dun. We made it. So I finally got a table at Ruby's restaurant. It's my third time trying to get here. And I just ordered my food. It looks so good, 100% worth it. I'm really, really glad I came here. All their food is super, super fresh, made with organic ingredients. And this is what it looks like to eat real food that people actually care about and put a lot of time and effort into.
I don't think there's gonna be a...
I'm pumped. This is gonna be really, really good. I'm definitely eating here tomorrow night too. So I'm one of those guys where if I have a really good experience somewhere, I just want to tell the entire world about it. Word of mouth marketing and me go together really, really well. And that's the experience I just had at Ruby's restaurant. The place was incredible. The service was amazing. The food was all organic and homemade. And it was just a fraction of the price that you would ever pay for something like that in Canada or the States. So if you're ever in Gili, make sure to check out Ruby's restaurant for an amazing meal. It's almost 9 o'clock, so I'm going to jet home so that I can post for you guys. Well, that was a fail. I dropped my cell phone really, really, really hard. Thank God it fell on the other side and not the screen side, and I had a hard shell case. Otherwise the thing would have shattered. I also almost smoked a biker. That was sketchy. I'm still lost. I'm gonna currently check Google Maps and see where I am. I don't know why I can't find my way around this place. It's just really, really hard. Okay, I'm gonna check now. Hopefully I'll get home soon. Okay, I made it home with 15 minutes to spare. 8:43. See, that's how much I need to post at the same time every single day. This is how much you guys mean to me. Oh, okay, gonna post, gonna sign off right now. I love each and every single one of you guys. Stay focused. Let me do that again. I love each and every single one of you guys. Stay focused, my friends.